Hi guys, Dogre here with a new video, and this video we're talking about Fury Warrior, and I know I have many viewers that are actually waiting for me to talk about Fury Warriors and to find the build, the playstyle that can elevate your gameplay into new heights. I'm going to be honest, right now I'm not playing too much Fury because I have lost all hope, but now I have like that extra time where I have tested a bit everything, and now I'm back to Fury Warrior to test a potential build, a potential playstyle that could be very fun for me, but it is really all or nothing, and I think in this kind of meta, it could work. Now, I hope I can show you some gameplay after this introduction, but I'm going to show you what I'm currently doing. I have two set. I have, of course, the new... No, I don't... That's not the new one. I am finally 1800 on my arms warrior, but this is just ugly in my opinion. I prefer this one, but that's my opinion. Now let's talk about stats. We are running with a lot of mastery, with a lot of mastery, and I don't know if I want to run with that much mastery, but if I'm in combat, I have 966k HP, which is a lot. Let's not hide. I think it's a lot. It's because I'm a Fury Warrior with a second weapon. We are playing with binoculars that is going to give me like a huge amount of mastery. You see, without anything, I have like 51%, which is a lot, and I have like quite okay haste. And whenever I'm like, whenever I'm in rampage, well, it takes a bit of time. I have like 47%, which is going to make your gameplay feel smooth. Is it going to be like impactful? I don't know, but I'm doing a lot of damage on my rampages. My rampage is actually like the one thing that is going to be doing a lot of damage like all the time. Right now, without any CDs, without avatar, without anything, I'm doing some good damage on my rampage. I have like 4 rampages, does around 400k, so you could say it's around like 80k per rampage, and it has like some variance with crit, but also just in general, I think with modifiers and such, you can get it much higher. Now, I'm looking into a playstyle which I think is not meta. First and foremost, I go with Spear of Bastion. It is not meta, so you're going to test it. You might be frustrated because of the many things that can actually just ignore Spear of Bastion because it is what it is, but also the many things that can actually just miss with your Spear of Bastion. But I'm playing with a certain talent, which is Ravager. It got buffed for Fury Warrior, and also Hurricane, which is a fan favorite talent of mine for Arms Warrior, which gives me the biggest crits ever. And this build is largely going to ignore the bleed damage from your Odin's Fury. We are not playing with Thunderous Roar, so Bloodborne is useless. And also Gush and Wound, we're not playing with that because we have like we don't have enough talents, unfortunately. And also, we are not playing with Onslaught. Again, I think Onslaught is way more good value than Ravager if you're thinking about damage. But we're not thinking about damage, we're thinking about huge dam. And we are all in on the 2 set. And the 2 set is giving us huge amount of damage. Whenever I'm in PvP, it does 75% additional damage on your Bloodthirst. Whenever you're doing an avatar or your Odin's Fury, but also 50% increased critical strike chance against its primary target. Now, I'm going to be honest, many occasions I do not crit. I don't know why. I have Recklessness up, I have this up, and I still do not crit, so I guess it is also luck based. Unfortunately, if you may not crit the last 10%, it is what it is at the end of the day, but the build would look like I charge in, I build up to my first rampage, I do 1 rampage, I do Avatar, Spear of Bastion, Ravager, actually Ravager before anything else, so because we want to build up the Hurricane. So you would charge in, build your first rampage, you do rampage into a Ravager, into a Avatar, Spear of Bastion, into another rampage, into a big Bloodthirst, rampage, Bloodthirst, Odin's Fury, rampage, Bloodthirst, and generally speaking, it should be dead. Now, unfortunately, we are playing in a meta where people survive any kind of burst for some reason. So the main point, my main concern about this build is it going to be competitive in arenas? And I'm going to try to show you in this video a solo shuffle match. It may be a huge fail, and it will also be posted, because I want to show you guys that Fury is not really working in its normal way. You have to think outside of the box to make it work. At least, like, to make it work to a certain level. And if it works, then it's fine. I will be playing that, and I will be playing a lot of Fury Warrior to actually have a good idea on the potential guide I will be making. But again, if it doesn't work, then I'll have to go back to the chalkboard and try to chalk something up for you guys to actually play Fury. I know there are many builds. I know there is also a lot of people actually making it work in solo shuffle. Again, we only have a handful of Fury Warriors at 2100. At even 1800, you have just a very few out of many players. So they can make it work, but it can also be because they had MMR from previous season, because they had a lot of like good lobbies. It can also happen, and it can snowball. But at the moment, whenever I'm looking on any website, I see loads of builds, and they are never the same. So nobody's really sure about one big, better build right now. So I'm going to show you one time on the training dummy, and then I'm going to go on the solo shuffle match whenever it's going to pop. Unfortunately, it does take a few moments, but let's try this. Nature damage, that's good, so it's not going to impact. Again, I think the bloodthirst, the bloodbath damage on the dummy will be it will be shown like a very big damage. It's not going to happen in PvP. I think dummy damage is always going to be a bit iffy, but let's try it right now. So I'm going to build up my first rampage. I have my first rampage. I'm going to do a rampage into a big ravager, and then I'm going to do another rampage into an avatar, into a spear of bastion, into another rampage, into a big damage. And it does a lot of damage, by the way. It does a lot of damage, and I think it will never happen in a real PvP setting. But I'm going to show you the damage I did, and nobody's going to survive this if this happens, right? If this happens, nobody's surviving. And it's impressive. Again, it's on a dummy, so it's very impressive. I do a 490k blood buff. And again, I am super lucky to actually crit, because I did it on multiple players, and I never go to a state where I can actually do a blood buff, because people just die way too quickly. But this, if you actually, like, let's say you halve it by 2, it's still a lot of damage. And you have also your Ravager that is doing some good damage. It does 286k, so if people are standing still into it, you're going to do a lot of damage. Your Spear of Bastion normal hits 120k. Imagine if you're critting, it could do also a lot of damage. Odin's Fury will do good damage anyways. Don't think about the dot damage, because the dot damage will be quite low. It's 20k pretty much. You have your Rampage doing also some respectable damage. And then you have your Execute. Again, I think it's one of the better presses to do. I didn't really do a Crushing Blow, because in this rotation you don't really have the time to do a Crushing Blow, because you want to expend as many blood buffs as you can to actually get that lethal damage. But I'm going to show you guys one more time. Again, we have every CD up, so I'm going to charge in, Raging Blow, and I'm going to do right away a big damage rotation. And I'll try to do this in the solo shuffle that we currently have, and hopefully I come back with a bit of better news, right? I really love this way of playing though. It reminds me about Arms Warrior, but the problem is what happens if the guy survives. So that is the main issue, but let's talk about it once we are live into the solo shuffle match. And so we are back into solo shuffle with the Fury Warrior. So the issue I see, and I tested in duels, first and foremost, we are not doing the same damage than on the dummy, but I already saw that, I already said that, I also explained that, but also I saw that I never critted, so now I have Blood Craze on. We'll have to see if it will do anything. DK, let's go DK. This is not the most ideal build, because that is the kind of build where I'm going to die pretty easily normally. Alright, let's try to... So they're going to train the thingy. So I have my Ravager on now. So now I'm gonna start doing damage. And I don't do damage because they just walk out, because that's how it is at the end of the day. We don't have a lot of damage. And the HPs are not dropping, by the way. The HPs are not dropping. So that is not looking good. I only critted for 100k. So it seems. I need to fear them. I have to use my cities to alleviate the fact that we have a resto Shaman. Okay, I use my innervate. No, don't do that, man! I intervened you! You're dead. The assassination rogue did no damage. Let's see. So we have Rampage, Odin's Fury, Bloodbath did 106k crit, unfortunately. Ravager, a lot of damage actually, so that's impressive. Crushing Blow, Spear of Bastion did nothing as it is supposed to, I guess. That's just too bad. I just feel like we're not doing too much damage, even with a build where we're supposed to do way more damage. But it is what it is at the end of the day. So let's try to see. We're going to go on the assassination rogue, and we'll have to test it, right? We'll have to test it. All right. Spear of Bastion, Ravager, and now it's damage time. So that's cool. Let's say CD used. I'm gonna stun him. Disoriented. Unfortunate. All right, let's try to do damage. Let's try to do damage. Well, we're doing so okay damage, but we're not critting. Kicked him. All right. You have a lot of HP. Oh, kidney shot. Too bad for you. Can we go back on the assassination rogue, or is it not an option anymore? I guess it's not. Okay, I have my Ravager up. Odin's Fury, big damage, and he's dead. Okay, so this was a test with probably against the weaker melee, which is assassination rogue. I think the assassination rogue is not going to be very good on this lobby. He's solely trying to make Kingsbane work in this lobby. I think it's too hard. Go Assas. We can switch on Resto Druid if you have a good grab. We can do that. Overall, we did some okay damage. We're going to also look afterwards, after the game, how it went, so we can actually test and see, right? We're in combat. We're in combat. All right, that's good. So he's waiting. All right, stunning him. Ravager is up. Spear of Bastion. Oh, well, I didn't count on the fact that I was going to. That's a tranquility. Okay, I'm gonna use my CGs. I'm gonna stun him. It might be the Resto Shaman that is going to lose every single game, by the way. Use your goddamn Healing Tide! How can you sit on Healing Tide, by the way? Okay, let's swap on him. Good idea, good idea. We can swap on him. Wow. Big damage on everyone. Should be dead. Come on. And we killed the assassination rogue. Nice. So I don't want to be too optimistic, man. I feel like this lobby could be a good lobby for me, and it is just not a good lobby for assassination rogue. Go assass. And maybe swap druid. Go assass and maybe swap. Dude, just follow hots. Don't be dumb. Okay, I got it. Coming combat. So the rogue is not going out? Okay, he's now coming out. Gonna fear him. Ravager. Ravager up. Big damage. Big damage. Big damage. Swap on the DK. DK. Okay, okay. I intervened. I have to pop my CDs because he does abnormal damage. I'm blinded. Okay. Gonna stun him again. Using my rallying cry for the rest of the Shaman. He needs to survive just one more burst, man. They're both super slowed. Kicked him, kicked him, kicked him. Oh, disoriented. Please, 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 please. He's gonna die. That's unfortunate. Ugh. Well, at least we got like the 3 games with the resto Shaman, I think. Ah, that sucks. I think I still have 1 game to play. By the way, it's my second solo shuffle match. I tested at the beginning of the season. I found Fury really lacking, and this game kind of shows how it's lacking. I'm really solely like playing around my CDs, unfortunately. Go DK and swap Shaman. Okay, go healer. You gotta sap someone, bro. Oh, why? It's so unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna pop my CDs. I'm stopped. I'm like super stopped, man. That's unlucky. Kicked him. Might be dead, to be honest. I might be dead. That's really terrible, man. That's actually terrible, bro. That's terrible. I should not lose that lobby, but oh man, I got stopped like so hard. Ah, it's terrible. It's unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. I can't play other talents as well because it's stupid. I don't know, man. I should not die like this, but whatever. I don't think going for the healer is an option, man. Well, it is an option, I guess. Kicked him, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. A lot of damage, by the way. See ya. Alright, 3 wins. It's stupid, but it is what it is. Let's talk about what happened. You see, I do less damage than the arms warrior and the DK. Now the DK is stupid, strong. I mean, it's too strong. But I think Fury Warrior kind of needs a buff. It kind of tells that I only have 700,000 more healing than the Arms Warrior as a Fury Warrior, so something is happening, I guess. But overall, the feeling of my damage. Let's talk really quickly about the feeling. So I felt like, again, the lobby was good for me, but at the end of the day, it wasn't, because I lost a game that should not be lost. But I think it's my bad. I should not have gone for the healer. I should have not have like listened to the rogue to go on the Shaman. I think going DK was probably the better option, but that's my opinion. I think overall my rampage damage was high. I think bloodbath, again, it didn't crit for enough in my opinion. I did 150k. It's not bad, but it's like definitely like in forecasts I do 436k. Is it acceptable? It is acceptable, but you do use the 2 set for it, so it kind of like shows at least like damage wise how much damage it can produce. Let's look like game per game, right? The lost game, for example, I think this one I did lose with the assassination rogue. A Ravager did a lot of damage, of course. I think Ravager is going to be a great talent to use if you're playing versus melees, because it is going to have a lot of value. Unfortunately, I mean, it is AoE, so how much value can it have? That's another question. Rampage did some good damage. I mean, 7 casts for 905k. It means that on average I have like 120k, something like that. I think a bit more, a bit less. Maybe on average, which is respectable. Again, a more strike is not hitting every single time 100k as an arms warrior. So again, that damage is there, but everything else is really sad. Bloodbath, normal hits 100k. Where are my crits? Whenever I use the 2 set, it doesn't crit for me. I have 4 crits, 6 normal hits, while I have the 2 set, which gives me 50% critical strike, plus also my own critical strike from recklessness. It should be giving me way more crit, but again, at the end of the day, something is like back end, maybe something is wrong. Spear of Bash crits for 133k, which is, again, respectable damage. I think it's going to give you a lot of lethality. Now, I think there is a world where you play Spear of Bastion and you'd use it just at the end of your burst. So whenever someone has no CDs, it could do a lot of damage. But again, you are in a situation where you're going to lose Roar, which is safe damage, and it's also way harder to defend against because it's not really showing like visually that you're going to get attacked. While Spear of Bastion, again, you're getting pulled into it, so obviously if you see Spear of Bastion, you use Astral Shift, so you're going to bait defensives, but you're not going to have a lot of value. And again, my damage should come from whenever I have Spear of Bastion on the ground. Now, it could be on castle lobbies you're going to do way better. That is an option. But right now I feel like it's not really doing what I think it should be doing. But that's my opinion. I will look for the other rounds really quickly to evaluate again my damage. For example, this round, I did pretty well, I think, damage-wise. Rampage, 13 cast, 1.62 million. So the damage is there. We have some AoE effect as well, so I think that's also part of the thing with Odin's Fury. Bloodbath did a normal hit of 145k. Unfortunately, I didn't crit. Ravager, again, a huge value talent, does a lot of damage by themselves, like 12%. Plus also the giving you strength and movement speed. We have Raging Blow doing some okay damage, although I think it's still low. Melee, I mean, it's there. Execute, I think I should be casting way more of that. Spear of Bastion did also some good damage. Crushing Blows, again, I wish it wasn't tied to a Bloodbath. I think Bloodbath as a whole is interesting. You have damage. Your Ordinance Fury is also going to do a lot of damage at the end of the day. Let's look at the third game. I don't know if I won this one. I think I won. We have Rampage, did 12 costs for 1.4 million. Again, this build is going to give you a lot of Rampage damage. Odin's Fury did some good damage, actually. We have Raging Blow doing... it's still low, but it is there, I guess. You have Bloodbath from my 2 set, did 105k. Crushing Blow, Execute, did... I should execute way more. I think Execute is more than just a filler. At this point, I think it does way more damage than a Raging Blow or a Crushing Blow in general, so I think it could be an option. Spear of Bastion did some okay damage as well. I mean, for one press, it does really good damage if they stand inside of it. Obviously, not everyone is going to stand inside of it. We have here our second game. So we have Rampage doing some respectable damage again. Odin's Fury also a lot of damage here. We have Ravager. Oh, how many casts? I cannot even see. Like, I have 10 casts. I don't think I cast 10 times. Ravager did 2 times, and it actually did a lot of damage, but I think it's mostly because of all those pets. Bloodbath, 140k normal hit, respectable. Spear of Bastion, normal hit, 91k. And also a crit of 126k. Again, I think I should be executing way more. I think that is the main takeaway. I think if I execute way more, it could do way better damage. And on the first game, I think we lost with the assassination rogue, didn't do too much. Ravager did okay damage, Bloodbath did okay damage, but at the end of the day, we are like kind of tied to... Actually, maybe if I did a little bit more Crushing Blows. The issue is it's tied to your recklessness. If I do like a recklessness right away, it doesn't work because I need to reload. But anyways, whatever. I'm going to talk about it in a future video because this is already a very long one. Hopefully you understand the struggles of Fury Warriors. Hopefully you see me actually try different things to actually talk about and to show you guys that I want to make Fury Warrior work. You saw in this lobby I should be winning. I think if I was Arms, I would be crushing that lobby, but that is my opinion. I think the Arms Warrior didn't do too well. He could do way better, but that's my opinion. I think we miss Ignore Pain, but it's hard to cast Ignore Pain as a Fury Warrior anyways, because you need your Rampage damage. But it would be nice that we got like something that can resemble to Ignore Pain, but whatever. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Be sure to stay safe. We will catch each other probably very soon in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.